All right. What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 20, and I'm probably wrong, to the Planet Xbox podcast. I am your host, the best spot, Kid Smooth. We got the squad in the building. Happy July, everyone. This is looking like an Xbox month. You know,
Let's go.
Every day there's something new about the box that people got something to say about. But we're ready to have a nice entertaining show. Chat, please do your thing. Hit the like button here and hit that share button. Share this to your Twitter account so everybody can see it. If you guys aren't a part of the membership, hit that join button. Do so. I try to keep to my promises in terms of content and whatnot. I got a video going up tomorrow that will be available for the members after the podcast. So just to kind of give you guys, so when you join the membership, you get early access to videos, but the video will be available tomorrow for everybody else. But to members, you get it after the podcast. Wow. Okay. We can get into intros. We're gonna start with Dope Boy.
What's good, guys? Dope Shay in here. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter. Got some interesting topics to talk about today. Halo 3 is coming to PC next Tuesday, so if you guys are down to play, hit me up. You guys know where I'm at, so yeah.
I would be excited, but you said it's PC, right?
Yeah, PC, Xbox. I don't care. Wherever we can play Halo 3, I'll play Halo 3. I'm down.
It's not crossplay, so all right.
Is it?
I got you.
Is it?
No, it's not.
All right.
No, it's not.
Okay. All right. What's up to Chris Righteous? How are you?
Yo, what's going on, people? Hopes everybody doing good. Just waiting, just counting down the days until Ghost of Tsushima arrives next week. From the early impressions, a lot of people are saying it's really good. They're saying the side quests are really amazing. So it looks like PlayStation's gonna own the month.
Your intro. Your intro. I don't care about this damn intro. Your intro.
That is my intro. That's part of my intro.
Nah, spit facts first.
That's part of my intro, baby. That's part of my
Part
intro.
of your intro.
You can look for on my channel. I'm gonna start doing game reviews.
Really?
Either tomorrow. Yeah, either tomorrow or Friday.
Hey, son.
I'm gonna drop a review for the Genshin Impact beta that I had, the closed beta that I played, and then I should be finishing up Judgment real soon. So I'm probably gonna drop a review for that. But yeah, that's part of my intro. Ghost of Tsushima Game of the Year, baby. Let's go.
Word.
Yeah,
It's like a
he capped
review.
really hard for that shit. Bro.
Nah.
Croy.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? Your boy was sick, you dig? So, I got some Dayquil, and I'm up in this thing. Let's go.
Dayquil?
Yeah.
Dayquil.
All right, man. All right, well, get well, bro. Get well. And Nick Banks, man.
Yeah, what's going on, y'all? What's up to the chat out there? I see y'all. What's up to the panel? Halo Infinite, and Halo Infinite.
Bow.
And also shout out to the Ghost of Tsushima, man. We can't even, I ain't even gonna do that to the 82 on Metacritic,
Oh,
so let's go on with the show, man.
Yo, okay. So, I think I spelled quarantine wrong. Did I? This shit should have corrected me.
I didn't see.
In the chat, in this title. All right, so we can shoot a little bit on Ghost of Tsushima, but not too long because this is an Xbox podcast. And
Yeah, you spelled that right. You good. You Gucci.
No, we don't have.
No, because Chris, you're getting on my damn nerves with this fucking game, bro. Like, you really are.
Nah, the only reason why I bring it up is because not you guys. You
Don't worry, Chris. Chris, I got your back.
What was leaked recently? What was this leaked?
It was Assassin's Creed. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. But the thing is, bro, I started this 2019 with interest in Ghost of Tsushima, though. But since you and this is a gang of you guys that are overhyping this damn game, like, I get it, but Sony lately, they've been treating this game like Days Gone. So temper your expectations. temper them.
Listen,
What are you talking
Listen,
about?
listen,
There's
smooth,
commercials
smooth.
all over ESPN and ads and stuff.
No,
like
no,
that.
Chris. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. And smooth.
Yeah, it's here,
Like
man. We don't gotta talk about it, man.
look what Persona said. He says Assassin's Creed is looking spooky.
All right.
Oh,
Assassin's.
bro.
See, I'm not jumping on that bullshit because people act like they never seen an Assassin's Creed game before. They act like I never seen
Smooth.
Assassin's Creed game.
Let 'em go,
and I
Smooth.
suddenly don't know how they play or look. Now,
No, Smooth,
a lot of
but
you
this-
guys are making final judgments on a low res, clickety dark, freaking demo that somebody leaked that was clearly an early build on some sort of rickety PC.
Smooth, I can help you out, Smooth. Let me help you out. Remember a couple months before Horizon Zero Dawn, which was my game of the generation, by the way.
Yep.
Remember right before they launched Horizon Zero Dawn and they showed really bad animations of an early build?
What?
Yes, it was. Hold on, let me finish. It was.
Y'all
It
cap.
really was. I'm not capped. This is actual fact. You can look it up. And everybody
Horizon Zero
and
Dawn
all the
2
bots,
years
and I
ago.
was defending it. I actually defended it. And people were like, oh my God, the animations is bad, the voice acting is bad, and all that. And it was just an early build. You feel me? But go ahead, Chris.
But
damn it.
I'm not
Yeah,
going to
but
sit there.
this is Assassin's Creed. And
Well,
then
hold up,
Smooth
but-
say- hold on. But Smooth,
All right, go
Smooth
ahead.
is saying that people are gonna act like they haven't seen an Assassin's Creed game before, right? But the thing is, the past two Assassin's Creed games aren't really Assassin's Creed games because it's not about assassination anymore. You know what I mean? The last
It's about
Assassin's
fighting
Creed game
Minotaurs.
was Unity. Was Unity? I think that was the last one before Origins.
But the point is
that was
that
the last
you know
true
what comes
Assassin's
with
Creed.
the
Right?
I don't care
Assassin's
about
Creed games
listen,
ever since Origin, though.
I played Odyssey and I beat Odyssey. I liked Odyssey, right? If I had a rated out of 10, I'll give it like a 7.5 out of 10. For the most part, I liked Odyssey, right?
Yeah,
I
me
played
too.
Origins for a little bit, but I haven't beaten yet. I need to go back to beating that, right? With this game, with what was leaked, right? I'm not judging the graphics at all because Kiss Move is right. It's low res. It's real dark. You know what I mean at times. And so with the whole thing with the graphics, I'm not really gonna harp on the graphics. I'm gonna be like, okay,
That gameplay though.
but the gameplay, the animations look terrible. The facial expressions look terrible, right? I understand that this is a couple months early. You know what I mean? That this build was from a couple months ago, but this game is coming out in October.
How do you know that though?
You're not gonna, because that's what people are saying. So I'm just going off of what people are saying, right?
Yo, Chris, you
You
know what
really
be so
gonna go
tough?
off what people were saying? Okay.
No, you know what would be so tough if the side quests, if
Jack
all the
said he'd
side
go
quests,
further.
if all the side quests inside Ghost of Tsushima is better than the main story.
But
of
that's
Assassin's
very
Creed
subjective,
Valhalla,
so that you can't really
that would
clearly.
be so tough.
There's
No,
no
but
factual
listen,
way of proving that. That's
Okay,
subjective.
hold on. They said that this new Assassin's Creed is going to be bigger than Odyssey. The side quests are going to be the same old bloated side quests that we got in Origins and Odyssey.
Oh, but that's not all they said, Chris. They said the side quests
Here
are
we go.
comparable to The Witcher 3, which means
No, you guys.
hold up,
Go ahead.
which you know what that means, right, Smooth? You might have to
What do
open
you
up that wallet.
For what?
That's one thing I like
what, 'cause
about
I think
that game, though, bro.
Valhalla's going to be better than Ghost of Tsushima. It's going to score better.
Oh,
No.
It may not look better. It may not look
No,
better, but I think it's going to
Ghost-
score better.
No, Smooth. I'm telling you right now, Valhalla is not scoring above Ghost of
It's
Tsushima.
not. It's really
Yes.
not.
What? None
No
of you
way.
guys have played Ghost of Tsushima.
Smooth, can I get on that bet with you and BG?
No.
Smooth. Look at the comparison.
I don't care about the damn comparisons. Every time, yo, you guys are, this is gonna sound real. This is gonna sound really disrespectful, bro. This is gonna sound really disrespectful. But every time they put them motherfuckers in some Gigi fields and shit, you guys fucking lose your damn mind.
Yeah, let it all out.
No, because I'm like every time,
Let
like,
the hate out.
bruh, like
ahead.
these games,
Go ahead,
like,
son.
what is up with what is it? What do they call this? Japan Fuji.
Well, what other games are like this, Smooth? Tell me.
Feudal Japan.
Feudal-
Get it right. Feudal Japan.
Feudal Japan.
What other games are like this, Smooth? Let me know.
Yo, you gotta show, man.
So
You
every
gotta
time,
show.
every game
Yeah, of course.
in feudal Japan, like you guys like bust an early nut over.
No.
Why? Like, I don't understand.
What other
No.
games are feudal Japan?
That's what I'm saying. Like, what other games are like this?
Oh,
There's only
never
two
mind.
other
It was
games.
just revealed so long ago.
It's an
You
open
thought-
it's an open world RPG
Yeah.
game.
Oh,
that looks
another one of
amazing.
those. Another one of those.
Smooth. Can
We
you
got
answer the question, please?
What's the
We
question,
got
Bob?
Sekiro.
What
We
other
got-
feudal Japanese games are you talking about?
We got Sekiro and we got Neo, right?
Sekiro, Neo. No, there was
Neo.
another one.
But those
Neo
games are
2.
open world. It's like Ghost of Tsushima is.
Ghost of Tsushima, bro. Ghost of Tsushima is not.
First of all,
Ghost of Tsushima is not even an open world. It's a big ass field.
Sekiro and
No,
Neo.
it's an open world.
It's a big ass
Sekiro
field.
and Neo
It's an
are
open
open
world,
world.
dude.
They're
They
Souls
say you
games.
can go anywhere from the beginning. They say you can go anywhere. From the
Why?
beginning.
Why
It's open
bloat the
world.
game? And you call Assassin's Creed bloated? That sounds very bloated.
No, because because
You
people who
gonna-
are playing the game saying that the side.
You gonna travel-
Matter of fact, you want to
gonna-
know? Remember the first.
You gonna travel on a pony.
Hold on.
You gonna follow the
first
wind.
time-
You gotta be
the
following some
first
little ass
time-
fox.
He
the
said
first
travel
time
on
we
a
saw-
pony.
Remember that first gameplay reveal of Ghost of Tsushima, right? When you're when you're fighting in the
Yes.
leaves and everything
Yeah.
against that
Wait,
chick with the bow and arrow.
Chris, the fire
That's a
reveal.
side quest, my guy. That's not
The
even a
fire
main mission.
reveal.
Oh,
you remember they showed you that you
the
could
side
do
quest
some
is just as
mission.
slow as the main quest.
I
They're gonna
don't
fight
know
just as
what's going
stand
on
still
anymore.
slow. Like
Now, what you gonna do in Assassin's Creed, Smooth? What you gonna do in Assassin's Creed that's
A whole
gonna be
lot.
so much better?
I
Like
don't know.
what?
I mean, the better. I'd rather be a Viking. I mean, I don't
I
think
like
Ghost of
Souls,
Tsushima is
man.
gonna be bad, but I feel like it's what you guys are doing to this game. You guys are being very
You didn't give
disrespectful
any
to other
examples about
IPs.
feudal
That's about
Japan
to be fine.
games.
Who do we blame for this, man? Who
Neo
put
and
Assassin's Creed
Sekiro
up?
are
Go ahead.
Souls
Japanese
games,
mythology.
not open world games.
No, but their mythology. This one's set on actual, like, real historical, grounded.
Really?
samurai.
You know who this ghost is? Who is he based off?
No, it's not
What
that
you
he's,
mean?
this character
No.
is based off anything.
They
but I'm just
call
saying,
it Ghost because of the ninja.
it's based
Yeah.
off the Mongol invasion of the island of Tsushima. That's what it's based off of.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay.
Facts. Spit facts,
You been
Chris.
to Tsushima? All right.
No,
So
you're
back then they
chill.
had you could be 3 different type of ninjas whenever you please.
Yeah, you know what's funny? Smooth plays a game where the main characters are known as Spartans, and he's complaining about samurais and ninjas.
I'm not complaining about the game. I just think the
You
fact that
complain that you're about to lose some more money.
I think Assassin's
man.
Creed's gonna score better.
Assassin's Creed look like
Really?
ass, bro. That
I don't
shit
care
look
what it
like
looks like.
dog.
I don't care what it looks like.
What-
PUBG
what's-
looked like ass and it got a 9 out of a 10.
No.
Like,
What's Assassin's Creed gonna score? What's that game gonna score?
Assassin's
don't
Creed
know
is gonna
yet. We
score
don't know
1
yet.
point better than Ghost. I don't care. That's all it needs to do.
Oh my
It
god!
could,
you can't even put a
it
number
could
on
be
it.
85 to 84.
I already said Ghost is getting
What
90.
episode is it? This
Why would
is,
it get a 90?
This is number 20. Okay, this for the books. Planet Xbox number 20.
It might be number 19 when I go back and review the Bro, but all right, Ghost of Tsushima. That's what, a week from now or 2 weeks from now.
No, you're right.
Friday?
This is 20.
It's-
No, this is episode 20. We're on episode 20. We Gucci.
It's next Friday, but no, it was mainly to segue into the Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
So what do y'all feel from what y'all saw?
Definitely.
I think it looked like trash.
Nah, nope. I refuse to comment until we get the official proper reveal as it's supposed to be revealed. I'm not commenting on that bullshit.
It's not gonna be that much different.
Yeah, it is.
It's not gonna
Yeah,
be
it
that
is.
much
It's gonna
different.
be a
not.
lot different.
It's gonna be more polished.
Yeah,
I'm hoping that it's a little bit better from that leaked footage. Like the animations look like ass.
It looks like a bootleg Witcher.
like yeah, like exactly. Like some people even said that like some fucking folks on another podcast, and I was just like, when I looked at it, when
shit.
Chris showed me that shit, I was looking at it like, I mean, I didn't even see facial animations and shit. Like, so like, yeah.
You said
so-
Shaggy?
Nah, when it was on, I think it was on what the fuck was it? Unlocked or something like that.
Yeah,
so It was
yeah.
on Unlocked, and so like I looked at it, and they said that like all that shit looked trash too. So
That's
I
an
was just
Xbox
like, fuck it.
podcast, man.
Yeah, I'm hip.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm
I
saying.
mean,
So, like,
I know why Chris and his minions and shit and all those people on that side of the earth are
My
dogging the
minions.
game. No, they only
Like,
dogging
I'm-
this game because they want to be able to they associate it with Xbox, so they're treating it as if this is like an Xbox game, right? If this was
That's
if there
not
was,
true.
Yeah, it is, bro.
I wouldn't
If there
associate
was-
Assassin's Creed.
If there was no
Hold on,
Xbox
hold on,
marketing
hold on,
behind
hold on,
this
Smooth.
game,
Who
You guys
has the
wouldn't be even
marketing
talking
rights
about
for
this shit.
Cyberpunk 2077? Who has the marketing right for Cyberpunk?
Xbox.
Xbox. And I've been saying since day one, I'm very excited about Cyberpunk. A lot of people are shitting on the game right now, and I'm actually defending it. Matter of fact, you can ask Gaming with Persona in the chat. I'm sitting here damage controlling and defending Cyberpunk while everybody's like, oh, they cut out wall running and whatever. And that game is associated with Xbox because of the marketing. So it's not even about that.
Facts.
I mean,
I just feel like y'all going low key hard on Assassin's Creed.
I think
it just looked.
Who put Assassin's? Who called it the Assassin's Creed killer though? That's who started this. I ain't gonna say no name.
What you ever said that?
Anybody?
Yeah, because Ghost of Tsushima is ripping off a lot of Assassin's.
People started saying when they saw Ghost of Tsushima, they was like, "Oh, this is the Assassin's Creed Japan that we always wanted."
That's a fact. People did say that, and I never said that. I said it looks pretty.
I never said
it looked like his own. It looked like his own game. Like
and I've always said
it not like his own game.
Assassin's Creed was Breath of the Wild. That's what I always said.
Ew, that shit look like Assassin's Creed, bro.
Anytime you see a field of grass, it's Breath of the Wild, baby.
And the mountain view.
Yeah.
Mountain view and the view of grass.
Look at Digital Foundry. Look at all these people who react to Ghost of Tsushima. Yo, that's literally one of the main games you always hear.
But they say that about every game, though. Like I'm just saying,
that's not true. They're not saying that about Assassin's Creed. I could guarantee that.
Chris, can we for sure say that Ghost of Tsushima is gonna sell more than Valhalla? I can guarantee that as well.
You guys are ridiculous. It won't. Matter of fact,
I just
put money on that.
No, it's gonna.
What?
That's Chris. Not Chris. You want to put the money on this?
Wait. You think Ghost of Tsushima is not going to be one of those 5 million in 3-day games? No, it won't do that.
Assassin's Creed's on way more platforms, though, man.
Yeah, that too.
Lifetime sales.
Lifetime
sales is gonna be Ghost of Tsushima. I don't care what nobody tells me.
Lifetime sales.
So you're saying lifetime sales? Okay.
Yep.
Wow, B. Wow. Let's do it.
I'll bet first week it sells more copies as well. How about that?
Hold on, what you?
It being a multiplayer doesn't matter because there's exclusive games on Nintendo and Sony that sells more.
Outsell multiplayer. That's what I'm saying.
Why don't you just do the PlayStation platform, dog? That would be more,
Nah, because I don't want to limit Smooth. I don't want to limit him. Yeah, that would be so unfair. I put a $60 game on it that Ghost of Tsushima will sell more.
It's fair though, right?
Will sell more.
It might be
multi-platform.
I don't know which one would sell more, honestly, but I know which one is definitely going to review better. I know which one is people are gonna look at as a better game.
Chris, how about this, Chris? Chris, I got one for you.
Who is clicking?
How many more people beat?
My bad. Damn. All right, my bad. Hold up.
I don't think a lot of people gonna beat Ghost of Tsushima.
Because nobody got time for that bullshit.
Yeah, I don't care how many people beat it. All I know is I'm beating it. I don't care.
He said 2.7. That game is not selling. That game may sell maybe. I don't think it's selling 2.7 million in 3 days. Nobody care about.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You're really underestimating that game. How fast it's gonna sell.
I'll give it 1.8 in 3 days.
You said 1.8
because the reviews are supposed to come out 3 days early. If the reviews come out and they're really praising the game, this shit's gonna sell a lot. It's not gonna It's not gonna be like Last of Us 2. No way. It's definitely not gonna be those numbers.
We got Salty in the chat. We got Jack Smooth in the chat. What's good, y'all?
Shout out to Jack Move, Salty, Persona.
Persona in it. Yeah, but shout out to Salty. He just bought his PlayStation in 2018. Everybody, let's give it for him.
Oh man,
I wonder what he was playing in 2017.
He was playing PUBG.
Oh man, shots fired. Hey man, that's my guy, man.
I like
that up, man.
But it is what it is.
Yo, Salty. Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me on the podcast last week, man.
But speaking of, honestly, even though I want to get
What's up, Ghost
of Tsushima Day 2, but I think Bond ran up my gaming budget, so
damn.
I'm gonna have to like
call me a hater.
I'm gonna have to saddle like try to finagle like a review code, even though they went out already. And Sony, they're bums when it comes to review codes to like people that aren't like the shit. So
we need to get Salty on the podcast one day.
Yeah. Facts. He was on here last time. That's when
he was on here. He was on here He was on here when there was a bunch of PlayStation people. Remind me not to do bullshit like that again.
My God.
I can't go on shows that's dominated by
Smooth.
dual shockers.
I'm on a show dominated by cross-eyed motherfuckers, freaking asymmetrical wielders or whatever you want to call it. Cross eyes and shit.
But shout out to Saltiest Gaming Podcast. You guys got a nice panel there. He managed to put a roster together of people I can't fucking stand. Oh man, no, I'm fucking with you guys. No, all right, let's get into the subject. Ghost of Tsushima out next week. Assassin's Creed did leak. It doesn't look that great, but I'm still getting that shit day one because I know what we saw this week was a lie, and what we will see this Sunday will be the truth.
Just like Halo 5, right?
Halo,
The truth.
It didn't lie. To be for real, like the
marketing was a lie.
No, it wasn't. Their marketing was hunt the truth, and you found out the truth when you played the game.
No,
it's the truth.
Hunt the cap.
No,
Hunt the cap. Hunt the cap. That's what the marketing was.
When you finally ran in the fucking lock, all it was a small ass cutscene.
It was a cutscene,
bruh.
It was huff too.
Y'all genuinely wanted a motherfucking fight scene. Like y'all wanted to actually battle, and I just
Bungie would have
No,
done.
I didn't want to. I didn't want to fight because I didn't know Locke good enough to care if they fought or not. I mean, that cutscene was good enough. He cracked his fucking skull, not his skull, but he cracked his helmet.
I mean, like it was all right. Like
people act like it wouldn't have been a real fight. Chief,
no, it wouldn't. It would have been a fight that would have been skewed in like someone's favor or some shit. You wouldn't have really got like something that's like really determined anyway. So they just
can I ask you guys something though?
For you.
What's up?
Where would you rank Halo 5's campaign out of all the Halo games?
I'll tell you this.
I ain't gonna lie, fam. I'm a Halo.
Out of all the Halo,
that shit was the worst.
I'll tell you what's number one on my Halo campaigns. You wanna know what's number one?
Yo,
you wanna know what's number one?
Yo, Halo.
Number
5
one
was
is
the
Halo
worst
4.
campaign I ever played.
Halo 4 has the best campaign of Halos.
I mean, the ones that
I like Halo
liked
4.
the most was ODST and fucking Reach. Those were the two that I really liked.
I would say
the most.
Halo 4, Halo Reach second. I love Halo 3. Halo 3 just goes in there by default.
Yeah,
and
I like 3 Reach, especially Reach's 4-player co-op.
Yeah.
I didn't
has
play
4 players as well,
but I just liked it a lot more.
I promise you guys, a game night we'll do Halo Reach. I apologize for my lack of like availability in some of these game things.
You good, man? You good?
Live and stuff like that, but.
Road to Infinite.
Somebody said Halo 1. Halo 1 is trash. I'm sorry.
Halo 1 was fun.
Super stupid.
No, that's super stupid.
He was the best one.
Halo, that shit is boring. Every time I try to fucking play that shit, I find myself falling asleep, all slunched over, bro.
Halo 1 was fun, bro.
Halo 1's the only campaign
Halo
I get
1 was
lost.
rushed. That's why its campaign is just copy pasted over and over. It's artificially extended.
Oh my god!
You didn't know that?
No, because
it
was built for PC at first, and then they brought it over to the Xbox. So
not even
Xbox.
PC, Macintosh.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the developers said that because it was a rushed launch game, that a lot of levels of the campaign just had to be copy pasted over and over and over to extend the game artificially. That's why, like in the library, you're literally walking down the same hallway 20 times.
Exactly. That shit.
Man, listen.
Man, I don't know.
I still enjoyed it.
That game only has nostalgia. I can't. I try. That's the last campaign I'm probably ever going to beat again on Master Chief because it's the one I don't want to play. So that's why when I started, I was like, I'm gonna start with 4. Then I'm gonna do. I did 4. I did 3, and then I went back and did ODST, and I got to do Reach. I haven't played Reach since they put it on there, and I got to do Halo 2, but I'm not playing that shit on Legendary.
I was about to say, you skipped 2 and shit.
You know what's funny about Halo 5, Locke versus Chief? Here's what's funny. So Spartans are supposed to be agile, fast, super quick. These dudes are able to run 80 miles an hour?
80 miles an hour.
Yep. But tell me why when they get into a fight, it's like watching 2 Power Ranger Megazords fight each other.
Like I just
That
always
shit was
figured
so
that they were
fucking
like
garbage, bro.
like I knew like the stats of what they could do and shit. I just felt like even when you play like as Chief and you playing the game, like he don't move like super fast and shit.
Yeah.
Like he don't move like the dude from fucking what Crisis or some shit. Like he moves like a tank.
Resident Evil 4 in the cutscenes, we do all kinds of wild stuff outside the gameplay.
The only Halo where Chief actually felt like a true Spartan was Halo 4. Like he actually moved pretty quickly inside that game. The movement in that game was really different from every other Halo I played.
Yeah. See, because that shit, like, I don't even know why, like, they change it up so much. And then, like, in that scene, like, there's always going to be scenes in games where you see characters do some shit that you can't do in a game and shit. So it's just like, that's expected, bro. Like,
I will say this about Halo, though. I ain't gonna lie. I do think the one thing they need to take out of, like, Destiny or anything or any other game's playbook, I feel like there's enough Spartans in the world of Halo where multiplayer modes where each Spartan should feel different. Like, instead of it being a bunch of just Spartans, I think they should have a mode where your particular characters, like, or particular Spartans, whether it be a Locke, a Chief, or a Buck, or
see what unique abilities.
Yeah, like how it was in Reach. I feel like that should be expanded, explored more in multiplayer. Like,
well, people hated that in Reach, and that's why they never expanded on that.
Well, people took it and ran with it in the future. Like, well, now, like, that's all multiplayer is now. It's like,
no, but Halo 5 is really like stripped down with all those abilities. Like, you don't have the options. You have to everybody has the equipment for it because you have to get it in the map, or that's it. Like, it's inherently built into your character.
Yeah,
it's more for balance, though.
Yeah, but let's get into the showcase. So Xbox finally revealed its Xbox Game Showcase date. It will be taking place July 23rd. That is a Thursday, and that will be 9 a.m. California time or 12 p.m. Eastern time, New York time. They'll be going live on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook, and also Twitter or Xbox.com. Of course, Planet Xbox will be hosting a live reaction stream. It is an open invitation to other, Xbox YouTubers or, people who just want to react and watch it live. I'm going to be doing a 3-day event, or Planet Xbox will be doing like a 3-day event. I don't know if all you guys are going to be able to make it, but Wednesday,
I can make it.
I want to do a prediction show. Thursday, obviously.
Yeah, I'll be here, bro.
Thursday is going to be the live reaction, and then we're sure there's going to be a ton of reactions right immediately after the thing, but the day after we do like a final reaction review. That would be pretty much, just to keep content going, podcasts like content, because probably the week after, unless something else crazy happens, I'm probably taking a week off because I'm supposed to be. I'm likely like relocating, so that's why I plan to do all that stuff that week. But it's July 23rd, and there was no Xbox Wire post. It was just Twitter, and then they announced that Jeff Keighley would be doing like a pre-show. And guys, like, we got it. What are we expecting? I know there's reports here and there, and people try to temper expectations, or their expectations are too high, or like. What do you expect? I'm gonna go around the table, and I'm gonna start with the Xbox biggest critic, Black Bond.
I expect the same thing I expect from all these conferences. Nothing substantial. You know how I am with all these E3 conferences and all this stuff. They all get overhyped and they all let you down. So I go into all these things with I'm not expecting much. Surprise me.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. What about you, Chris?
Yeah, I just want to see another Fable, and I want it to be done right. Whoever they got to make it, a Perfect Dark sounds cool, but honestly, I don't really see. I think that the chances of Perfect Dark is a lot smaller than a Fable. Obviously, Halo Infinite gameplay, which I'm hearing they're gonna show a substantial amount, so that's good. And the most of the stuff I'm looking forward to is actually going to be from the third parties. Like, there was a leak about Elden Ring, right, from Software. Big leak that came out today, I think it was. Um, a whole bunch of details about the gameplay and the world and stuff like that, and I'm super, super, super excited for that. So I definitely want to see that, man. I hope it's a good show, man. No, and this is real talk. You know, I'm the PlayStation guy, whatever, but I really do hope it's a good show, and I really hope Microsoft shows that moving forward to this generation, right? They're restarting, they're rebooting everything. That they're got their heads in the game this time around, and is actually able to produce some competition this time around, because it's only going to make Sony better, and stuff like that. So I hope they do well.
All right. Shout out to Joe Torres for $2 super chat. He says something very controversial. He said a woman being the head of Halo was his downfall. Ooh.
What woman?
Bonnie Ross.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's let's see.
Well, she said when she first got there, Frank O'Connor and the intern was the only ones working on Halo 5 at the moment. Or some shit. But go ahead. Yeah, my bad.
What about you, Nick?
Oh man, you know what I'm waiting for.
What is that?
The initiative with when they show off blinks. I can't wait.
I thought the initiative said they're not going to be there, or there's a report.
No, Jeff
right?
Grubb is saying they're not going to be there.
Lower level journalists. I don't listen to them niggas.
Jeff Grubb is actually really credible.
I don't listen to none of them, dog. Like,
that's
I'm
fine.
honest
We'll
with
see.
you.
We'll see them.
But I'm looking for that, and I'm looking for what Compulsion working on. Hoping there ain't nothing fruity, but I'm just happy they actually invested into their first party this time around instead of a connecting TVs. So it's whatever, man. Like but my expectations is definitely high though.
Croy.
Yo, what's up? All right. What is it, like the expectations or something?
Yeah, what
talking about
expectations?
expectations.
For?
All right, what I expect, what I'm looking for. Fuck. I mean, shit. I guess like I'm kind of following more shit of what Black Bond said. It's just like but maybe just like a little bit more excited. Maybe not like super duper excited, But I mean, I'm just expecting them to do what they do. Like I watched what the fuck was it? What is that man's name? Shit, I watched Rand video. Shit, he said that the initiative might not be there shit, because they gonna hold that back so they could pop that off in August. If Sony, because they said that Sony was holding back some shit too from their little, what was that, like the what was that, January event? What
June.
the fuck? Yeah, June event. So they held some shit back from that they may pop off in August. So like both of them are playing this little junk where they holding back some big bangers. So like shit, I'm trying to see what that's all about. So now that I have like kind of like a little idea that they not gonna be there, all right, that's cool. So like I mean, you still got Fable on the table. You still got Halo, see gameplay for that. Maybe some shit for Hellblade 2. Shit, I can't think of really anything that's going to be like some surprises, unless they have some things that are kind of like how Sony had theirs with their little third-party AA games in the middle of the shit. Like I know everybody shits on that Bambi game, but with the deer,
Everwild.
Yeah, no, with the deer ramming the soda machine. Like everyone hates that game. Shit, I'm waiting to see that junk. So I mean, shit, I'm more into the AA little indie titles and stuff. So I'm hoping that they got some good shit there. Like Chris said.
Oh, you missed the Idea Xbox show that they just recently had?
Yeah, shit, I haven't watched it yet. Shit, but Elden Ring, shit, if they show Elden Ring, that'd be some hype shit too. Like you got like 5 bosses and all of them shit are the king of their own world or some shit like that. Shit like that I'm happy to see. So
yeah.
Shit, I'm ready to see that. But I mean, for real, they just gotta like drop that quality, bro. Like just like put them games out there. That's all I'm hoping to see. Games, just games.
Yo, you got a super chat, yo.
Yeah, it's 20 pounds. You want me to read it? Or?
Oh. All right. Phaso007, he says, I heard a lot of ponies disliking the idea of Microsoft buying WB Games. They will kill it like Rare when... Hold on. I heard a lot of ponies disliking the idea of Microsoft buying WB, saying they will kill it like Rare when in this generation Sony killed Street Fighter V and King of Fighters. I think he said compared to their release on previous generations when they were multi-platforms.
They ripped me off.
How
They
does
ripped
that
me
make
off.
sense? Hold on. How does that make sense? Hold on. How does that make sense when Sony didn't develop Street Fighter V? That's Capcom. Capcom killed their own game. And matter of fact, they didn't even kill it because Street Fighter V is doing better than ever before. SNK is the one who makes KOF just because they're exclusive to the PlayStation, right? And didn't do that well at launch. That's not Sony's fault. That's Capcom's fault. The thing about Rare and stuff like that, that's Microsoft's own company. Rare bought that, right? So
you got a point.
That doesn't. Shout out to you, Faisal. Thanks for the super chat.
But the real point is this: Sony gets developers and makes them better. Microsoft gets developers, and yeah, we already know.
Let's not. Hold up. Did they make? What happened with the developers that made Drive Club? Which sold 2 million in 2 months.
Oh my God!
The Order 1886. Did they make them better?
What developer made Drive Club again? The guys that made MotorStorm, right?
Yeah,
right.
They're gone, and then it
Evolution Studios, right?
Evolution Studios.
What were they making before MotorStorm? Exactly. Exactly. And what was that?
Hold on, Bond. That wasn't that. That's not what you said. You didn't.
I said they make them better.
So they didn't make them better. They killed them.
No, they didn't.
The one that they own.
But they were still better than what they were, but they weren't good enough.
They wasn't better than they were with MotorStorm. We're not going to come on, bro.
Ready at Dawn, right?
We going to Ready at Dawn?
Ready at Dawn.
Oh, okay.
What they make the order, right?
Sony doesn't own Ready at Dawn, though.
But Evolution Studios was better before Sony.
What did Ready at Dawn make before the order?
They made I think it was the God of War. The God of War
exactly.
Which were amazing, by the way.
They were good. Yeah.
Exactly. Little jabroni PSP games.
I mean, I
shout out to Ghost of Sparta, Chains of Olympus.
All right, that was a good super chat. We're gonna get back to the topic at hand. Coke Boy, man, your thoughts or your expectations of the Xbox Game Showcase later this month?
Show me bangers. That's it. That's all I gotta see. Show me some games. Show me some new IPs. Obviously, we already know we're gonna get Halo.
Facts.
We're gonna get what you call it, Hellblade. We're gonna get that. Apparently, we're supposed to get some more gameplay for Everwild from Rare, which I can't wait to see. I'm excited for that game. That game's gonna be fire too. And I wanna. What happened?
What kind of game is Everwild?
We don't know.
But
I'm gonna go and do what everybody else does. It's
like a single player game.
Zelda.
Yeah. That's what I heard. I heard there is.
I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear nothing about no Zelda comparison.
I'm just about to discredit every nigga that says that. I'm just about to be like, oh man, open field Zelda. You're discredited. I don't want to hear this shit anymore.
Apparently, Playground Games is working on the RPG game. If they are, I can't wait to see that. Hopefully it's good. Wrong with that. But hey, let's see what Playground Games is gonna do. All I want Microsoft to do is just show me really good games. Really good games. You already know what Ninja Theory is doing. Like, there's no surprise of what Ninja Theory is doing. They're gonna show us some Hellblade and maybe more Project Mara. But I think Project Mara is a title we're gonna see in like the next 2 to 3 years. Honestly, I don't think that release is happening anytime soon. But other than that, like, show me some games. Be very competitive because I like competition. Other than that, the presentation has to be good as well because they said it themselves that the presentation from the May event wasn't that great. And that they took a lot of feedback from it, so hopefully it's pre-recorded and not live. So
yeah.
Other than that, like I hope Microsoft does a good job.
Faisal again for $10 says it is Sony that made a deal with Capcom for Street Fighter V to make exclusives. Are you telling me after making $9 million on multiplat, they would all of a sudden go exclusive? Come on, what you said can be argued for King of Fighters only.
Okay, and why was Street Fighter 5 exclusive to the PlayStation 5? I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna give you a little history lesson.
Japan.
Damn.
Capcom,
Oh, shit.
Capcom was on the verge of going bankrupt. If anybody remembers, right? You remember that, Bond?
You're
When
right.
Capcom,
He's right.
when Capcom was like
Struggling.
they were about to die, right? If it wasn't for Sony giving them the money
They
to
needed that
develop Street
instant
Fighter
cash
5,
infusion.
either Capcom would be dead right now, or they wouldn't have been in Street Fighter 5. And like I said, Street Fighter 5 had a rough launch, but now is better than ever, especially in the FGC. Right? Street Fighter 5 is still one of the biggest
Hold
games
on.
you see.
I gotta ask
Like,
I agreed
Capcom
with you
was-
until you said better than ever in the FGC.
No. We're not
Like
talking about the
Cap-
Smash Bros community, guys.
Oh no,
Like
the Street
Capcom-
Fighter
like that.
community is the same too.
Yeah, I know.
Like
I know.
Capcom
But you know
was
what I mean.
dying. Like Capcom was in the red and dying.
Yeah,
And then they had the RE engine that they specifically made for RE7.
Yeah, but
and that
they-
got them a little.
they were
bit
able to
They
do
better.
had
that.
Monster
And
Hunter
then
and a bunch
they
of games.
For the-
Monster Hunter, yeah. So
for-
after that followed RE7 and Monster Hunter.
for
then
a
they were
3
getting
year
out.
4 year period between 2013 and 2016, they were only doing exclusives for Xbox and PlayStation. That's how they were getting their money. They went to Xbox for like the Dead Rising series and for like 2 games, and then they did obviously
frame rate.
the Street Fighter for PlayStation and stuff like that. So that kept them up until they got their shit together with the RE engine and their remakes and stuff like that. So now they're above water. I mean,
Yeah, they're doing a little bit better.
I
Yeah.
still
Listen.
think the Street Fighter deal was fucking grimy.
I
But
do what you got to do to survive.
Well, there wouldn't have been another Street Fighter if that deal didn't happen. That's the point. So, and just words of advice to people, right? Before you comment and make a claim, just please do your research. You know what I mean? Before you make yourself look silly. And this is not a shot at anybody in particular, but I'm just saying.
I mean, and my thoughts on the Xbox showcase. I mean, I think I'm not a whole fan of hold this back. They still got stuff tuck up the sleeve. I'm more of the
No, I'm not a fan of that either.
show me
but I'm
what
just
you
saying.
show me what you got, and then you can elaborate on it later. PlayStation's been doing that for 4 years. They got away with doing that. Like, I don't care if you show me a game that's coming out in 2023, 2024. You can elaborate on it later. But I feel like the showcase is going to be like 60% Halo, 40% everything else. And
I hope it's not
I
60% Halo.
Yeah, I hope it's not 60% Halo. Don't do that.
I don't know. I mean, we haven't seen. It's July. The Xbox is coming out sometime between October and November, and we haven't seen gameplay of Halo. They're either going to show, maybe they show like 10 minutes or something of the campaign, and then maybe the week after they do like a deep dive into like the multiplayer, and a week after they
Do we
something
have
else.
like a window for it though? Like, did you get a confirmation on like the window of time that it's going
I
to be?
tried to get it out of Aaron Greenberg. He didn't answer me, but my guess is 90 minutes.
Well, you know who you should have asked
90
to get
minutes of
You know
Halo?
who you should have asked to get from Aaron Greenberg?
What?
Should have asked the real best spot, Neo GameSpark.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Hey, Bond, do me a favor and get him on the show. Every time I reach out to him,
He said he'll come on as soon as my Xbox arrives.
Oh shit. He didn't say that. He said that.
I talk to Neo on Instagram probably every day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's wild, man. I wanted to hear what he had to say. I heard what he had to say about All Access.
No, I don't know how much of Halo they're gonna show, but you gotta assume if the show's gonna be anywhere. If the show, I feel personally to get all what you gotta get out, I feel like the show has to be at minimum an
What up,
hour,
E. Murray?
maximum 90 minutes. Like,
Yeah,
Showing
I'd say,
over
like,
a half hour of Halo, it would have to mainly be multiplayer. They're not going to show the campaign for that hour.
No,
No,
not
but
the
no,
campaign
they can
in
show
that,
like
in
a-
that much depth. Nah,
they can
like,
show a 5 minute, like a early part.
I'd say
of the
10
opening.
minutes, like 8 minutes.
Nah.
Let's put like 8 minutes.
Yeah, and then they will talk about the engine or something like that. And this is a new Swift-based
exactly.
engine.
This is a new
and
engine,
something
so,
like
so
that.
if
I
they're
don't
going to
know.
be showcasing that. What people have been saying is that like Halo Infinite, like people that have seen it or they have got like they haven't got their hands on it, but they've seen it. They said like it looks better than anything that Sony has put out thus far. Right now with what they've
See,
released.
I'm not going to comment on it because
So,
people
like-
keep comparing, Last of Us renders to that other render that they showed last year. I'm sick of that shit.
Like it's like no,
That
I'm
was
saying like
definitely an
whatever
early
this.
build.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever this engine is, whatever this slip space shit is, like people are saying that this shit looks like retarded. Like it doesn't
Yeah, you
look like.
remember the initial reveal of Halo Infinite? It was crazy.
Like so, like I mean, that's what they saying, and so like hopefully they break down this engine when they show this game off, at least for like 10-15 minutes, but don't have it there for like a fucking whole half an hour, and then the rest. Like
I feel like it's going to be their big draw. I think personally the show. I think the show opens. I think the show opens with Halo and it closes with Fable. I feel like we are going to. I feel like we are going to see Hellblade, and I think we're going to be surprised of what we see from Hellblade. Meaning that like
Different mechanics.
we might see gaplay. That's I think that's the
maybe
surprise.
it can close with Compulsion's game, just like a sneak.
Compulsion would be there, but they ain't big
like,
enough to nah be.
Maybe that game
Bigger than what they were.
Like I
They
would
bigger
say-
than what they were, Smooth.
They are bigger than
like,
what they were, but nah, dog, nah. Nah. If I'm Xbox
like
know what
saying,
people
like-
want, B.
Like it's just like they could shock you. They could shock you with something
B.
that like nobody.
No, they tried that
Smooth
bullshit
don't want to
already.
see nobody
Nah,
pop a
they
pill
tried.
on
They closed
it's
XO19
not
with
gonna be
Wasteland. They closed. Remember that? They closed XO19 with Wasteland. Don't do that shit again. No.
But that's a RTS.
But
bro.
all right,
that's not the same, bro.
Which
Like
looks
their
good,
next
by the way.
game is like
Bro,
a third person.
I get you.
Like,
I mess with Compulsion. I think they got something up their sleeve, but you ain't closing with their game. Nah, you can do that shit next month.
You have to close with a banger.
You close it with
like a Fable.
Like,
Yeah, you're
even
closing
if
with
you
Fable.
Even if you close, all right. Even if you close with like just like the whole Metroid fucking title screen thing, that's what you want to close with? Like just like, hey yo, we got Fable coming.
Nah, we're gonna see some visuals on Fable.
I'll be cool with that.
Yeah, so would I. But I'm
Chris,
just
you got
saying, like,
Chris, you got another super chat.
I'm gonna read it
from,
after we get to this point. I don't like reading super chats before we in the point because he'll be right after I read. Get my bars off real quick. So
Get your bars, son.
So obviously open with Halo. I think that's the best thing to do. Close with Fable because that's what everybody's gonna be all like, damn, where's Fable? Boom, you close with it, and get everybody all fucking hype. So the other thing is we know for a fact Double Fine is gonna be there. Because they said Double Fine, Obsidian, and I forgot what was the other studio that they said like kind of like casually, but Double Fine. We know they got Psychonauts. I'm expecting Psychonauts 2 to be a launch title for Series X, smart delivery, Game Pass. It's a multi-plat, but I do not think that's why they're there. I think they're gonna satisfy Nick dumbass with this stupid ass either one or two announcements. I think Double Fine is going to take the reins of
going to be
Banjo or Blinks the cat.
Yeah,
Blinks the cat.
Yo,
ask Nick about that shit.
I can see. Like I've heard some things, some folks saying that they might do a Banjo jump. Like they may take the reins from Rare to do a Banjo jump while they're doing Everwild.
Yeah.
So like that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But like I still don't give a fuck about Banjo.
Yeah, me neither. But I think Double Fine will do like a surprise like that. Yeah. They'll show off Psychonauts and then be like, oh, like, we got something else, and then it'll be a little fucking Banjo animation that comes up in a black screen with him and that stupid bird and shit like that.
Banjo will be dope.
Coming soon.
I'll go crazy for a Banjo.
Initially working on
I'm hoping. So. I know. I got
Stop
a feeling.
Playing, yo.
I got a feeling. Shut up! Like that shit ain't happening. I don't want them to show this game, but they have to show it some way somehow. I don't care to see it, but it's Battletoads.
Son, they not gonna show that game.
I hope not, but it has to come out because it's not available yet.
It's gonna be in one of them the indie sizzle reels. They gonna show that game for like 10 seconds.
They can't show that game at this event.
Show that game, bro.
And then they also mentioned Obsidian, and now everybody keep thinking Grounded. People forget Grounded is already going to be available by the time this show takes place. Grounded is going to be in preview. Right. Yeah. They're not going to be talking about Grounded at this event. I don't care that a version is going to be available for Xbox Series X. They're not talking about that damn game. Obsidian's there to show you their answer to Skyrim, and that's their Pillars of Eternity, like Skyrim type game. It's going to be in the Pillars of Eternity universe. But
that's
this
what
is
they
the
got
game,
bought for.
Yeah, this is the game they got
bought for.
purchased for, and you guys are going to be surprised on how much we see of this game. So that's going to be a surprise that people are going to be like impressed with. I think that's going to like hit like an uppercut. So Obsidian, we're going to see their new game. I'm not expecting an Exile Unreal Engine 5 game, but I do expect them to give us an announcement on Wasteland 3 with like smart delivery and series
some shit like
that. Other than that, I expect Turn 10 to be there with Forza, but Forza, I think they're changing the timeline of when Forzas are going to be available. I think Forza's is going to come in February, but they're going to show us like raw, dope ass gameplay. It's going to have everything we expect. 120 hertz. It's going to be native 4K. They're going to have like they're going to show off some ray tracing and all that stuff. But it's going to be an early 2021 game. It's going to be like February, and I think that's going to be their new timeline. The Forza mainline game, like top of the year, and the Horizon series summer. Not of the same year, but like of like opposite years.
Yeah,
it gives them that.
So they got to change up the formula because, like, I mean, people are always like just how like this is the first Halo we've got like with a launch.
Mm-hmm.
Like they got to change up what they release when they launch a console or some shit, or just like when these type of games launch, they got to change that up.
I thought Forza would be a launch title, but Xbox have been putting a lot of like hype in Dirt 5 for some reason, and they're like, you don't do that. I mean, typically you have a Forza Horizon or a Forza to like put that hype behind, but they're bigging up, a Dirt 5. So that tells me they probably don't have a first party racer this fall. But I do think it's fairly close. I mean, because it's been a while. I kind of missed Forza. Their last game was 2017 to launch with the Xbox One X. Was Forza 7, and nothing since then. Nothing in 2018. Nothing in 2019, and nothing in 2020. That's weird. And then Forza Horizon, their last game was in 2018. They would be coming out this year because it would be their turn for Playground's Forza Horizon. So it's curious to see what they're doing. Hopefully they take their series to Japan and add cops and motorcycles. They do that. Man. I think that would be dope, but I don't think we see Forza Horizon at this show.
No.
We're going to go ahead and read Phazo's 007. I think he's continuing to go at you guys. He says, so business-wise, you tell me Capcom risked it to make a game that made great multiplat and sold 9 million compared to 4 million, man, exclusive to save themselves? Silly.
Is he stupid?
Yeah, I think he is because
he clearly explained that Capcom was about to go bankrupt. They needed an immediate cash infusion to make the game, and that's why the deal was brokered.
And not only that, check this out, right? Because the game came out on PS4 and PC. Yo, Coy, your buttons.
Oh, my bad, bro.
How much more? Okay, it sold 4 million, right, on PS4 and PC, right? And the previous one sold 9 million. How much more you think it would have sold if it was also on Xbox One? You think it would have crossed that 5 million barrier gap if it was on the Xbox One as well? You think Street Fighter 5, the way it launched on PS4 and PC, if it was also on Xbox One,
it was a horrible launch.
You think it would have made that $5 million difference from the previous one? And not only that, I just looked it up. As of April 2020, there's still 150,000 monthly active users on Street Fighter 5, and it's still one of the biggest games at Evo. Despite this year, with all the crazy stuff that happened.
Oh yeah, man.
But last year it was the second biggest game at Evo, right? Beat out Tekken, beat out Mortal Kombat, beat out all these other games that sold better than Street Fighter 5. But in the fighting game community, right? From last year, I know what you're gonna say, Bon. But from last year and to the time that Street Fighter released, it's still one of the most popular fighting games in the community.
And here's the other thing. Street Fighter 4 on PlayStation 3 sold 4 million. Street Fighter 4 on Xbox 360 sold 3 million. So all they really did was sell the same amount of numbers on PlayStation. It didn't lower. They just missed out on the entire Xbox user base because, well, as you know, they had to make the deal.
And what about and what about Killer Instinct? What happened with that? And I love Killer Instinct. and that was on Xbox only, and it came out to the PC.
What happened with Killer Instinct is Killer Instinct started off
And-
with I forgot, the Double Helix made the original game for the Xbox One for launch, and it was, you know, free to play, and then you could buy the copy with all the fighters. Then I forgot what happened with Double Helix. I think they got acquired maybe, and then Iron Galaxy took over for season 2 and
I wish they come out with another one.
3. And I don't know if Iron Galaxy is acquired as well. I think, or did they both get acquired? But they eventually ran out of studios to actually to make the game. So that Killer Instinct, losing my voice. I'm sorry. Killer Instinct unfortunately doesn't have a developer. It obviously is not as popular as Street Fighter, but I mean, I don't think Xbox has given up on it, and I think this is where we segue into our next
You have another
topic.
stupid chat too.
I just think they obviously need a team that specializes in head-to-head fighters to take care of it. Fazo says the real thing that saved Capcom are the following titles: Monster Hunter, DMC, and Resident Evil remakes. And Street Fighter V is big in the fighting community now. That is a joke.
But what got them out of
No,
the hole is
I-
the point
no,
was
hold up.
that was that hold up. What
Yeah,
got
go
them
ahead,
out
go
of the
ahead.
hole was 7 with the RE engine. They literally put a lot of effort and cash into building that engine because they planned on using that for DMC in the remakes. Like, so when they came out with RE7 in Monster Hunter World, those 2 titles alone really did get them forward out of that red place that they were in. Like, you could tell, like, their whole process was different after those games released.
Yeah, no, I agree with him. I agree. What ended up getting Capcom back on top was those games, Devil May Cry and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, but the money that got them back, that got them to get those things, were the deals they made with Sony and Microsoft.
Well, so
earlier.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and it is a fact. You can look it up that Sony paid for the development, gave them funds to make Street Fighter V. So anybody saying, "Well, Ono said that they wanted to unify PC and PS4, and that's why they did it." No, what you did is you Googled it and you copy and pasted the first response that you saw, because that's the first. This is a guy. He's copy and pasting the first response that he saw when he Googled it. They literally funded the game. Look it up.
He says for $4.99, Kurokoi Pony Mode triggered. Stupidity only to think Sony saved Capcom is a definition of stupidity, bruh.
What the fuck
that's
are
not
you
even-
talking about?
Hold up, wait.
I'm not even.
Wait,
gotta
don't
start-
even. Yeah,
You
that's
gotta
it.
start
It's
banning
over.
these idiots.
Yeah,
in
it's
the chat.
over.
Nah,
This is a stupid conversation because now
Yeah,
he's
it's stupid.
trying to get
It's-
disrespectful.
My man
and take
said
it to a whole
pony
nother
mode
level.
triggered. I'm like, what are you talking
Dude,
about? I
like,
didn't
you
even say
don't
anything
even-
to that.
Don't even go there. This guy doesn't get what you're saying. He doesn't get what any of you guys are saying. What you guys are saying makes sense. He doesn't get it. He's not comprehending what you're saying. He clearly doesn't listen. So it's whatever. Like, let's move on to the next topic.
All right.
Yeah,
so
it's-
to segue over, so Killer Instinct needs a dev team. Xbox needs a dedicated fighter.
Why do they need a new dev team? They still have Rare.
Shit, this rare?
Nah, this right, fighting dev team. No more.
Yeah. I mean, I like
I wanna
Rare,
do
but
Killer
like
Instinct, though.
I don't associate this Rare with any of their IPs outside of Sea of Thieves.
I want a new Killer Instinct. I think Killer Instinct 2013 is a highly slept on, highly underrated fighting game, and I hope.
Yeah, it's
Microsoft
pretty good.
can
I
find
still play
somebody.
that thing casually today.
Yeah.
Like I just pop. I was like, let me just play Killer Instinct.
I hope Microsoft can find somebody to make the game again.
Well, maybe they got one because word is that Microsoft is officially has strong interest in this WB deal. AT&T posted this posted their gaming divisions for sale. At the first people that were interested was 2K, EA, and Activision, and that was reported like back in June. And of course, some of us was talking about like, hey, maybe Microsoft, but that price tag it's kind of crazy, given that it's not coming like with those licenses that they got. And so earlier this week, it was reported by reputable sources that Xbox has serious interest in acquiring that division. And I mean, I've said before, like, hey, they shouldn't because they don't get all the IPs. But if you do it, I mean, hopefully you get a discount on it, or at least try to grab some of those studios. Maybe not the whole damn division, but at least 3 of those studios, right? If they were able to get something like this done, I think they wouldn't need to buy anything else. WB Games has I think 8 real studios, but when you can count all their subsidiaries, it turns out to be like 15. I mean, it's a lot of redundancy there, but I feel like
it's a bad purchase move. I wouldn't do it. Think about it, Smooth. These dudes have been giving us nothing but Batman announcements and fake announcements for the past 3 years. They have not put out any games. Now they're not making any money, and they're floundering in money because they're incompetent and can't put out a game. And now they're saying, hey, can somebody buy us and get a cash influx? I wouldn't waste the money on them.
Well, no, AT&T shouldn't have purchased them because they couldn't afford them. But they did that when they did their Time Warner deal. They bought all this unnecessary stuff, and AT&T is trying to unload them because they're in like hundreds of $billions in debt.
Yeah,
And they're trying to unload like some of the stuff that's like that's not beneficial to them. So yeah, I mean, when you look at it from a business standpoint, all right, Microsoft spent $2.5 billion on Mojang for Minecraft, right? And we looked at it as like, why the hell did they do that?
No, we do, because Minecraft makes money.
But Minecraft it made money. They made that money back fairly quick. And then now, when you consider this obviously, it's probably not going to translate like that. But I feel like, yeah, you don't, for a face value, you don't do this deal, like buy the entire division for $4 billion and not get any of those licenses on top of it. I feel like I do feel like you gotta get NetherRealms and Rocksteady and Monolith because they have the Nemesis system that
they also did Fear. Monolith, I forgot.
Yeah, they did Fear. They did Fear.
Middle Earth.
You talking about Montreal? Is that what you're talking about?
Monolith.
No, we're talking about Monolith
not the
Productions,
ones
the
who
guys
did-
that made Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor.
Yeah.
This is getting back into the redundant thing Microsoft does again. They buy up things to get IPs, and then they don't have people to make these games. That's all buying this company will be.
Like, I think, like, all right, let's put it this way. Like, if they did get this WB Games division shit, like, honestly, even if they don't get the licenses, like, that'd be kind of shitty if they didn't get the licenses that are tied to WB. Like, you still have, like, really talented teams. And you also have that Monolith engine, that little Nemesis engine that could be like utilized by other dev teams in the Xbox studios and shit. So it's just like, I mean, it's a win-win, but if they did some way kind of like get a deal in there where they did get these licenses and they got to use them in the way that they wanted to, like, let's say keep all the Lego games third party, blase shit, then actually
I can
get
imagine
Ed
Lego
Boon.
Minecraft. That shit would be dope.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
this shit then get Ed Boon to do fucking Killer Instinct versus Mortal Kombat. The man said it in like 2016 that he wanted to rock with it, but it had to be shit exclusive. Shit, get that man on that shit.
I have a question
Like-
though. What's the narrative about Xbox right now?
No game.
Trash.
What do you mean?
Netflix.
Xbox has no games.
Oh yeah, the
Netflix.
the Netflix shit, and it's just like,
Xbox has no games. So what do they need to do?
No, it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
really.
make-
It's not
give me
really
the make
Xbox.
games.
yeah,
It's
like
not-
like I'm hip to that, but I'm just saying, shit, if you get, like you just said, that like there's like 9 or like 15 studios, like you get all that shit in there, like you'll have content, like you give these people the time to build these games, and you just like you slow drip them into Game Pass and shit, like they just be like that builds up. It's like it's worth and shit. You feel me? Like, I mean, that shit seems smart to me, man. I don't know.
I
don't know
if
if
you
they will
can
go
get the
through.
license, if they can broker a deal for those licenses, I say you do it. One day, I feel
I don't think they're gonna get it though.
If
Because
they
the same
don't,
thing happened with Bungie.
It's a
then
hard
negotiate.
deal.
Then
Wait,
negotiate
it's a hard
a separate deal for fucking NetherRealms for sure.
So look,
And
they tried to do the same thing with Bungie. Bungie said we want Destiny, we want the IP. They were very close at making a deal with Microsoft to actually stay with them when their contract was up after they finished Halo Reach. They said, let us keep the Destiny IP, we will stay with you. Microsoft said no. Will they do that again? We don't know that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
True.
EA and Activision, they definitely want those IPs.
Yeah.
And if those studios say, hey, we want to retain those IPs, Microsoft then in hand has to say, hey, you could retain some of those IPs. That's the only way that deal gets made.
You know why Activision?
Activision doesn't want another Bungie situation happening.
No, that's not what it is. They don't want another Spider-Man situation. Remember?
Oh yeah, Spider-Man as well.
No, they had the license to Spider-Man until 2014 when Sony came and rented it out. Like, people actually think they own the license to Spider-Man. No,
only the movie license.
This is where the money is. That's what this is probably the only reason why they're trying to get this. I don't think people thinking they just want the talent. They want that license. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
exactly.
Like, it's a once in a lifetime thing. So
I feel like there's ideas because what you do is you turn all this. You look at two things. Obviously, we're Xbox guys, PC guys. I mean, we're hardcore. We're console. But you look at things like for a business standpoint. You look at other platforms that are growing faster at a faster rate. You look at Xbox Game Pass and then the potential of cloud. When you consider WB games, you can even with these Lego games. That if they were to broker a deal, I feel like, hey, the only game you keep multi-plat is fucking Legos. Go ahead, let that shit go.
Let that rock, just like
let that rock, because
the
the benefit you have is all these games going day and date on Game Pass and it's available on XCloud, available on PC, available on consoles. They still have a way to offer it somewhat everywhere, right? Without having to put it on like other like PlayStation and Nintendo. But Legos, you would do that. I feel like there's a lot of money to be made with a Minecraft Lego. I feel like there's to be able to boast Mortal Kombat. Xbox haven't had a Street Fighter all gen, and you turn around and be able to own the Mortal Kombat IP, like, and then be able to put
get that though.
Mortal Kombat is owned by NetherRealms and Ed Boon. That's
and that's what I'm saying. Negotiations are going to be really tight.
But if you acquire the studio, it's a de facto your IP.
No, it is not.
No, they'll own it. So they're gonna go off and make the game like publish it by somebody else.
Activision acquired Bungie. They did not acquire Destiny 2. When Bungie left, they retained their IP.
No. Activision didn't never acquire Bungie. They only have publishing. They became a publishing partner. They never owned them.
All right, they didn't buy them, but they did the publishing rights. Another example of this, like another like outside of gaming. All right, look at Kanye West. Kanye West owns the IP for Yeezys, right? He was with Nike. Everything fell through with Nike. Then he went to Adidas. He still owns the IP for Adidas, but Adidas makes his sneakers for him, and he makes a huge profit.
Yeah, so if he ever leaves, he brings his IP with him.
That's the power of owning the IP, is that when you own it and things fall out with the parent company, whoever acquires you or publishes your product, you can take it anywhere else.
So what are you saying?
That's fine. I don't care what happens when they leave each other. I'm talking about during that time.
Be very difficult.
Yeah,
they're going to be very difficult.
During their duration. Like let's just say.
I just gave an example as to why it would be an example. If I own an IP for something that's really, really popular, an idea or a product that's really, really popular and it can generate a lot of revenue, I'm not just going to sell that off right away.
Yeah,
well, you can buy my services, and we can work together with my IP, but it's still my IP. You don't want to. Like, look at Kojima. Remember what happened with him in Metal Gear? If he owned the IP for Metal Gear, that shit would have never happened to him.
He was always a crony, though. Like, he just was a worker. Like, people really thought this guy really was the guy when he was just a worker. Right. And we just see that in DS. But let me say this to Dope. Mortal Kombat is included, but the other ones, they're not selling those IPs. They're only going to license them out. Exactly like with Disney with Spider-Man. They're not selling it to Sony. Like, this is what you got to understand that part. Like, you know what I mean? Whoever buys the studios, they're only going to get to license out the IP. I mean, the Batmans and you know what I mean?
Yeah, you got your Batmans, Middle Earth and stuff like that. I just think negotiations are really tough right now because they're meeting with a lot of different
how
companies.
These negotiations go, but if you were able to acquire
and be
able to have Mortal Kombat during your ownership of NetherRealms, to have Mortal Kombat under the like under Xbox I have Mortal Kombat, and then you're off here you have Killer Instinct. And you don't need another Street Fighter to launch on your platform. But I'm just saying that's just a nice option to have. If they don't get the whole division, which they don't need, because that would be a whole lot of jobs lost.
They're gonna drop off some of those studios.
Yeah, they drop off because there's a whole lot of redundancy there. I feel like you have to at least walk away with NetherRealms and freaking Rocksteady.
If they drop off some of the studios, they could just reallocate like a lot of them people to other studios that need people.
Yeah, they're gonna take the talent. They're gonna take the talent and absorb them.
Exactly. So it's like, I mean, shit, spread all that knowledge to all these other places and shit, so you don't have to be putting out fucking.
Because some of the studios are gonna get absorbed by other studios.
Fucking word.
Right.
Hey.
Yeah, and they got a lot. They got studios there. They got a studio in Albany. They got one in Boston. Shit, I might fill me out an application. Just. But yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting to think about. But a deal like this is like super massive. This is not something that's gonna just happen like next week. It's just not. So that's why I had to like taper. I had to like taper my expectations and calm down a little bit. But I feel like when you consider if they were to execute a deal like that, then you look at how we say, oh, they should go after a Sobo or People Can Fly and all this other bull crap, right? And you look at that, you're like, all right, at that point, there's not needed. You don't buy any more studios after this. Like that I feel like they're big enough now, but I feel like something like that would just literally, they become literally like you look at Ubisoft and EA and 2K, and then you look at what the Xbox itself has. It's a power move, and they can afford to do it. It's just, are you?
Well, with the type of money they were initially asking for, I know they're not going to get that, but they could have got fucking Respawn. Like, I hate metrics for this shit, dog. Like, sorry, but it's so many talented studios he could have got while he was running things, and he said, nope. Well, you know what? Connect's so successful, we're just going to put all of the money behind that. Like, what the?
Well, here's the thing.
Like, dude be hating Phil, but you got to give Phil his credit, bro. Like, he getting the culture back.
I got a weird feeling that, I know it's going to sound kind of funny, but I think Bungie is some way, somehow making their way back to Xbox.
Nah.
They got outside investment. They're independent.
They're independent, but they was about ready to go back.
They were not.
They were ready to. Did you read the report? They were ready to go. They were about to go back to Microsoft.
Oh yeah, back then, like I did
for Destiny, for Destiny,
Microsoft wanted the IP for Destiny, and they said no.
Shit, they said no, and then they went with Activision, who became even worse of a partner to have.
Of course, so everybody knows Activision Blizzard is trash.
But I feel like they probably won't get acquired. But I know that Destiny marketing is going back to Xbox.
No, it's
Destiny already published a new trailer with Xbox marketing. It plays the Xbox Series X intro.
It is though. Like I've seen it. Like that shit was fire.
Well, look,
it's fire, baby.
Bungie's independent. Bungie isn't getting acquired by anybody. They're doing their own thing.
They won't probably get acquired, but shit. It's hard to be independent in these streets.
They're getting a lot of money from outside resources.
It's hard to be independent,
and they generate their own revenue.
Yeah, this is what's going to happen.
Like who?
It's unless it's Tencent. I don't know who's.
Yeah, Tencent. Like I don't know if they were. Like I don't recall. Like, but I mean. Because I remember when Destiny 2 had just like PlayStation logos all over the junk, and then like one day it just showed up with an Xbox junk. You just in there like, because like I think it happened with the Shadowkeep DLC. Like,
because they're no longer tied to just Sony by themselves as well.
Of course, but I'm saying with this new expansion coming up, they probably switching over the marketing rights to Xbox now. Shit, it just seems like they're gonna keep going back and forth.
I think it's gonna be very balanced. The trailer
they got running now is showing the Xbox intro.
Yeah,
the newest, the Series X intro.
The newest expansion.
Oh yeah, because they already announced it's gonna be available for smart delivery.
Yeah. Shout out to the Ravenflow for $4.99. He says, if Microsoft goes through with this, they need to secure all licenses for all license-based IP first. $4 billion plus is a lot. It is.
It is a lot. There's a lot of fucking money to be like.
It's a lot of money they can spend
just to get some studios and nothing else. Like, even granted that's a lot of talent.
That'd be very expensive for Mortal Kombat.
Like, but they would have Fear too, if I recall. Like, Fear's lit. Like, they need to remake Fear. Like, I love Fear.
I mean, I like the studio acquisitions, but I feel like they were content up until this point, because I think they've been touting 15, 15, 15. Technically, it's only 14 because I don't count freaking Xbox Game
they
Publishing.
need like 2021, bro. That's
that still would be more. They right now they got the most. Them and Sony
like
have
unique
potentially
content,
tied
baby. Like, not the Sony, they got like 16, or like 17, wasn't it?
I think. I mean, sure. If they got they got 20, but go ahead, Chris.
Do I think this will be good for Microsoft if they acquire all these studios? Yeah, because a few of those studios are very talented. You know, you got Rocksteady, you got WB Montreal, you got
Monolith, bro.
Monolith. I think Avalanche.
Yeah, it's not the Avalanche you're thinking about, though. It's not the Avalanche you're thinking about. It's not the Just Cause and Rage people.
It's
the one that's working on Harry Potter. They're
making an open world Harry Potter, which looks dope, and of course you have NetherRealm. So I think to acquire the talent will be good for Microsoft, but like y'all was saying, like, will Microsoft have any of those IPs to work on? I mean, they could probably struck a deal with WB. They could be like, hey, we pay you this, and we throw a little bit more. We have exclusive rights.
Chris, I gotta ask you a question, and Chris or Dope Boy. I'm sorry for the interruption.
Go ahead.
All right, they strike a deal. Do they have to go to who they have to broker that license deal through? DC or WB? Because
you have to
WB.
You have to work with WB.
From my understanding, I could be wrong. From my understanding, WB is the one who has all the DC license.
It's one and the same entity.
So,
WB, DC. In terms of specific games, right? So like you have to go to each individual studio for the IPs, right? And say, all right, we want to license your IPs for you. If Microsoft says, hey, we just want to buy that shit, that's difficult. Licensing isn't going to be too hard, but just saying, hey, we want to buy the IP off you, that's not going to go over too well.
The thing that's unfair about it is that all right, you can have all of our studios for this price, but then we still want you to pay us for these licenses. Like, that's the hard part.
For some of them,
it's a multi-structured deal that they have to make.
That's why
Mortal Kombat will probably just come automatically with NetherRealm. You know what I mean? Like, that might come automatically. I don't know about that one, but for like DC licensed characters like Batman or anything like that, yeah, absolutely, they're gonna have to.
That's why the asking price has to come down.
Because guess what? NetherRealm makes Injustice as well, and that has nothing but DC characters. And then you have the Batman games. Like, there's a lot of games over there at WB that has a lot of DC characters. That's what it's a multi-level deal that's very complex.
Yeah, that price would have to go down. It would have to go down if they still expect, because they're going to make money by if they can't get, obviously they're not. I don't see a deal where they get the licenses of the game without going through WB. They have to then pay you for the studios and then pay you guys for the licenses, which you will get gradually paid for. So at that point, the asking price for the studios itself.
I just have a feeling that Activision is going to end up getting it,
and that would suck.
No, that'd be trash. That'd be hella trash.
I just have a feeling that it's going to be Activision.
It's a multi-level. It's a multi-level deal. It's a multi-level deal, like just like Dope said. Because it's just like, you're not dealing with only two planes here. Like, you're dealing with, not only one, like, you're dealing with two, because WB deals in movie licenses. And Mortal Kombat's movie is coming up, a Batman's movie coming up, a sequel to fucking, what is that? Suicide Squad is coming as well. It's just like, all of these things, like, Xbox could benefit from as well. So shit, if they did actually get these licenses, and also since Microsoft is still working on their Halo show or whatever the fuck, so it's just like they could slide in there with that shit. Honestly, I mean, put that up under the joint for them to work with. Just how like Sony does the deals with PlayStation shit, dealing with Spider-Man, and just like their deal with Marvel to get Spider-Man in the Avengers movies. So shit is just like, like they could get double the I mean, if they make this deal happen.
Yeah, but the
So-
thing with the Sony is like they had that leverage with Spider-Man because of the MCU. So it'd be like, all right, you want Spider-Man?
Oh yeah,
in
but
the
people act
MCU?
like Sony.
Then give us
like,
a
it's like,
video game.
Yeah, exactly. It's weird shit because like folks think like when you hear Spider-Man, you think of Sony it's still like, I mean, when you
Because
still
of the
hear
movies.
Spider-Man's name, yeah, it's still Marvel Spider-Man. It's just like that's what automatically hits my head when I think of Spider-Man or like see Spider-Man or whatever.
Because,
Should I always think
okay.
of Marvel.
So it's Sony that owns just the movie rights, but Marvel
Yeah,
still owns everything else about the character. So the comics and any comics, any games, or anything like that. That's still Marvel's rights.
This dude, damn, what's his name? CEO Merritt. He said something. I just lost it.
CEO.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the same one I was looking at.
Yeah, go ahead. Maybe it is, Nick.
I can't. I'm trying to find it. I was
He
scrolling.
says
CEO
Microsoft has rights to the IP of DC because they have stock, so they'll own a piece of AT&T. I don't know if I believe that. They probably own a piece of AT&T.
They probably have some stock, but that doesn't mean that they have a right to the
like
license.
access to the
Right,
IP.
right,
Otherwise,
right,
they would
right.
have been utilized that shit. Like, but Nick, what was you about to say? Was that it?
Nah, well, y'all was talking about studios, and I know you got this thing about platinum because I do too.
Yeah.
I don't like the dudes, bro. Like, and they just still swindling people. Like, yo, did you see?
Yeah, Platinum been on some, and I like some of Platinum games, but they
I give
bullshit.
them props for Near Auto. How you say? I don't know how
Nier
to say
Automata.
Near Automata, or
Right.
Automata, some people call it.
Right.
Metal Gear
Great.
Rising.
No, I like Metal Gear.
Bayonetta 1 and 2. You know
Banquet,
what I mean?
great game. Well, not great
Yeah,
game.
Bayonetta.
That guy, Kamiya?
is fire.
Right.
The
Skittle
Nier Automata is
Eminem looking
fire.
dude.
Hold on, that ain't my punchline though, fam. I'm
Yeah,
here to give them the business right now, and they just gave a lot of people in UK some extra fees on the
Wonderful
the
101.
shipping or something like that, right? And they
Yeah,
not happy. They want their money back. But here's
Import fees on that bullshit.
right. But here's the kicker: they told them that the money they initially donated wasn't even for the funding of the game; it was to gain interest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was marketing.
Like, remember when I said they are the worst, and they should be so far ahead in the game, like up there with fucking Square Enix, but they can't do business right because they still want to say, "Well, we don't like Microsoft." Ha ha ha! Like, you dummies, you kicking yourself in the foot. Like, this ain't going. It's not
It's
going to
bad
end well, bro.
business. It's
Yeah,
bad
they
business.
operate on some other shit. They operate like they in the hood. Like,
Yeah, like, don't say that.
Hey, they probably you never know.
Oh,
They're probably Yakuza. They're probably part of the Yakuza gang over there. In Platinum.
I don't know, man.
I
Those
just
dudes,
feel like-
there's some shady business going on out
I
there.
would respect them more if they do
Yo,
business.
shout out to
Like,
Kamiya,
not
man.
even to their business, bro.
I
Shout
mean,
shout out to Kamiya. He's the one who made Resident Evil 2 and Devil May Cry. You know
What,
I
a
mean?
big-headed dude?
Yeah,
that
respect
Skittle
Devil
looking
May
ass
Cry,
dude.
though.
That
Devil May Cry was
Yeah.
The
fire.
bald-headed dude from
the
Platinum.
red
The one
Eminem
that-
looking ass dude.
Bro, if I see him, man, I don't know, fam. Like, I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know, yeah, I don't know, man. Like Platinum. I don't know. I don't mess with those dudes. One final topic. Just a couple things. Microsoft like kind of highlighted how XCloud was used to like get games developed during quarantine. They had developers use this app that gives them access to dev kits so they can work on their game like low latency and get like full access to games that they would usually be in a studio to do.
Yeah, wasn't it like 60 frames too?
Yeah, they're 60 frames per second and stuff
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
crazy.
It allowed them to test the game, play it, and stress test it. And it's probably a reason why some of the games are making their release date while being developed during quarantine from home. And I think that's pretty
Facts.
sick when you consider like, wow, they're developing games via XCloud, like full games that we're going to be playing. And it wasn't just first party devs using it. There was third party devs. I think who was it? What was the studios that they? I saw the list, but I didn't save it. My
Oh
apologies.
shit! I thought it was all first party.
No,
shit.
no. They wanted to make sure they had third parties on there. I know the Call
True.
of Duty devs were using it. I think I retweeted it. I'm gonna go to my page right quick and I'll get the list for you right quick. I apologize, people.
Some dude said PS5 is getting scale bound.
All right, they can have that shit.
He's trolling.
That's probably the same dude that argued with me because I said that the Optimus Code had a post about what's better, PS Now or Game Pass. And I was like, yeah, and I was just like, yeah, Game Pass because I get day and date. He was like, day and date is not a good thing. I'm like, what the hell?
Shout out to Xbox has no games.
Oh, then the guy he implied that Xbox is for budget gamers. Oh, Game Pass is for budget gamers.
He was like, yeah, Nick, you a budget gamer and all this. That's what
Wow,
I'm
who
like.
said that?
I was like, whoa.
Hold up.
I was like, okay.
Well,
I was like, okay.
Right,
All right, big baller.
Who said that?
I mean,
Hold on. This is where it get good. I said, okay, what's your PSN? Suck my ass. I was like,
oh man.
this is a fraud.
All right,
No.
right now, just to give you a list of the developers who has worked with developed games during quarantine using the XCloud was Adios Montreal, Infinity Ward, which is Call of Duty team,
True.
Ninja Theory, Playground, Rare, Turn 10, Undead Labs, and many more. But those are just the notable people, just to give you a heads up. So that, I mean, it's promising.
No, that is good. And if they're doing that like with streaming, like maybe they're also with them testing out like the dev kits and all of that, they're probably also doing testing for when they launch the what the fuck is that? The streaming service for Xbox. Like, so they're probably testing that out with 60 frames and seeing how that goes across like phones or maybe if they're testing it out on computers and shit.
Regular games native at 60. We talking about streaming at 60.
Well, I'm saying, like, I mean, yeah, like that would be a fucked up thing. See, if the native games don't come out at 60, but you get fucking streaming games at 60, that'd be complete ass.
Yeah, like
so,
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Hold on, Stadia.
Well, Assassin's
PUBG
Creed
run
isn't
better than on
Microsoft
Xbox.
shit. Hold up, what did you say?
I play PUBG on Stadia, and it actually run better on.
Because
yeah,
you're
because
playing
it's
a
60.
high
Surface
PC
Pro.
version of the game just via stream.
Right.
Yeah, like the shit, cause ain't it cross play between
Yeah, it is. It was cross.
PlayStation and Xbox?
Yep.
My
Yeah,
thing
but
is,
they're
what
not
would
cross play
happen,
with Stadia,
right?
is
If
it?
you're playing on Stadia, right? And
Yeah.
like, let's say if I was to go into like their server room and like kick the shit out of all their blades, like what would happen to that person's game?
They redirect you.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
The session will be interrupted and it just redirects you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just imagined someone being in the server blade.
I'm pretty sure there's multiple sites that they host the games though. It's like if you destroy one site, hey, we got a backup recovery site that's gonna start running the games as well.
Yeah.
Oh shit, dog. All right.
I had to play it on Stadia though. I do think streaming might be a little bit more impressive than we think it is in the future though.
I've been saying that, and then
I was surprised.
5G and Wi-Fi 6 devices, like it's gonna be more readily available.
I mean, like personally for me, I don't care about it, but for those people who can't get consoles or some shit, it's really beneficial for them. So like if they don't want to get a console or they just can't afford a console, but they can afford a controller and they got a phone or something like that, it could be an iPhone 7 or 9 or some shit like that, but they could still play these games at like 900 1080p resolution with 60 frames 30 frames or whatever. Like kids are already playing fucking Fortnite and Call of Duty mobile without a controller and shit like that. And hey, so
I like the stream controller because I already have ones, but that's a good controller. I mean, it's the best thing you can get. The best thing you can get for its size, but it's hard to use dual analog without any handles or grips.
Mhm.
You said a Steam controller?
No,
No,
their streaming controller.
Oh,
You're talking about
there's
the
a
Super
streaming-
Nintendo, right? The Super
It's
Nintendo one?
it's based on the Super Nintendo one I have.
Oh, okay, yeah. I
It's just
think
black,
I've seen that
that's
one
all
you're
it
talking
is.
about. Okay.
Yeah. There's a growing belief that Cyberpunk 2077 is going to be like day and date Game Pass this fall.
That would be Microsoft would
I
have
don't
to
think
pay
so.
so much. That'd be so
Yeah, you gotta
good.
pay a lot of money.
I wouldn't want to.
I think it will
Yeah,
come to Game Pass, but I don't think it's gonna be there
it'll come
right
to
away.
Game Pass, but probably not.
Yeah, we already talked on this,
we already
thinking
said
that it would come, and just like the high probability of them doing it. Like we said with other games that came to Game Pass, they usually had to pay out of pocket for them people to put to get those people to put their titles in there for what they expect they would get paid.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, even though it's gonna be dropping everywhere else, like you have to also guess, all right, how much could this game to be making on Xbox, and then pay them out that amount. That's what I'm guessing how it goes. So it's just kind of like.
Serious question. What was the last big budget AAA game, third party AAA game that came day one on Game Pass? Serious question.
Would be the first.
This will be if this happened. This would be the first.
That's why.
I feel like this will be the first. Like
I said it last week. Like they're gonna do bundles. They're gonna do a lot of bundling with that game. Like, don't be surprised if you see like a Series X Cyberpunk edition.
Oh yeah,
Nvidia is gonna have marketing rights.
Let me ask y'all something
for bundling the game with 30 series cars that come out this fall. So they're gonna do some bundles with that as well. Like buy a 3080 and you get Cyberpunk on PC.
Let me ask y'all something. All right, so shit, if they do this like day and date, and I mean like a lot of people have like a lot of respect for CD Projekt Red, and they do this day and date. Do you think this would kind of like influence others to do it day and date as well, or maybe talk to Xbox and try to get like a similar deal?
Other publishers
to do that?
Other publishers gonna like hey CD, how much? What kind of bags you get? To put that game in there day and date, and then they tell them they like what they hear, they're gonna go and try to negotiate. That's how it works.
So, I think that the smart way for CD Projekt Red to do it. I mean, if they do it day one, then Microsoft probably had to give them like a huge bag, probably like the WB acquisition bag. You know what I mean? Probably not that much, but
more than that. Think about how much money went into Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that's true.
So to me,
but
the smart
also
thing,
it's hitting other
hold
places.
On. The thing that's and I said this before, right? We keep bringing this up. The smart thing that CD Projekt Red can do is just release it right on the Xbox One, right? They got the marketing deal, whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
Get those raw first 3 to 6 months, $60 sales.
Let's say 3 months, yeah.
Right? And then then negotiate with Microsoft to get another bat from Microsoft to then put that on Game Pass, because they will have leverage in the negotiation deal, because Cyberpunk needs that game to be on Game Pass, right? To push Game Pass, right? CD Projekt Red, they don't need that game on Game Pass, but Microsoft definitely needs a game like Cyberpunk 2077 to come to Game Pass. So Microsoft will pay them
it would help
even after the game launches, like well after. So
see, that's a lot.
Red, that's what I would do.
It's a lot of fire coming behind this game. So like if they did manage whatever type of deal that they did, like I mean it would be beneficial for both, because like you're getting the sales at these other places, you're getting exposure at these other places. So like and within that exposure, like we've said before, so I think it was like 1 or 2 podcasts back, like you're gonna get negative and positive exposure, like just like people playing the game, putting it out there. Oh shit, I'm playing it on Game Pass, blah blah blah, and then these people are gonna go out and buy it once it leaves Game Pass. You're not gonna beat fucking Cyberpunk the whole time it's in Game Pass. It should be in there maybe like a month or 2, and then they're gonna yank it right back out.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 90 days.
Exactly. So then like you're not forced, but you're more so incentivized to buy the game. So, and that's fine. Like I mean, you've got to demo the games to a certain time. All your data is saved and all of that shit, and you can buy it and then boot it right back up. I think it's a smart fucking idea, but yeah, it is a lot of money though, like you said.
Boy, CEO said something else. He said owning shares mean you also a company owner. When you buy shares, you're buying a share of the company.
Do they have majority shares? That's what.
Right, like you
who doesn't know? Why is he? I'm pretty sure everybody in this podcast understands how buying shares work.
Yeah, shit. I got stocks and stuff, some stuff. That's all I'm gonna say.
Digital Foundry and Eurogamer, are speculating that Spider-Man Miles Morales might be 30 frames per second.
Might be 30 FPS. Yep.
Yeah, so I saw that.
Hell. Well, when I saw the visuals.
Here's the thing. For anybody who's so worried about frames per second, get a PC and all that shit goes away. Get a PC. That way you don't have to worry about
the fact that you're dropping $400 or $500 for a console in 2020 and still playing at 30 frames. Like if you're a PlayStation guy, you got to suck up because that's where your games are at. If you're an Xbox guy, I would just forget it and get a PC. That's that, and just get the Xbox games on PC. It's out of control.
Exactly.
No, that should
and the thing
never
is,
be.
It's like most people are not gonna care.
You should never just take that shit just because it's always been that way. All right, let's just keep going about it that way. You should be like, "Hey, yo, we want better, my G." Like,
okay,
like you think. Hold up. So you think like the game being at fucking like let's say 60 frames, 1440p, are like dynamic 1800, whatever the fuck. Like you think are people going to fucking? You think they gonna sit there and be like, damn, I'm really focusing on the visuals right now. The game is still gonna look good. So it's just like, why not like just give the option if that.
Right, but the thing is most people I care. I want the option, right? And I'm gonna have to eat that L.
Shit, I want the option.
If facts, right? And I'm gonna have to eat that L too, right? Because I'm still gonna be buying these games at $70 at 30 frames per second if it's a game that I really want to play, right? If it's a game that I really want to play, so I'm gonna have to take that L. But most people who are gonna be buying this, most of like the casual gamers or the gamers who don't pay attention to that stuff, which is a majority of people. They're not going to care, which is why developers keep doing that. If there was an uproar about it, right? Like the same way we had the whole 2013 Xbox when even the casuals were going against Microsoft, then we would see more of a change. But I think that they definitely should offer a performance mode and then everything else goes away, right? As long as you can push these HDR, ray tracing, 4K HDR, whatever, right? At 30 frames, okay. But give me a 1440p 60. Hell, I even take a 1080p. You know what I mean?
Shit, I agree with E. Murray. It's like, I mean, these consoles are powerful enough to do so. I don't understand.
Yeah,
like,
it's the developers.
Is it the ray tracing that's kicking its fucking ass or something, bro? Like, to take that shit out. Like,
pushing fidelity more than performance. That's all it is.
Fidelity, pixel, whatchamacallit, particle effects. Lighting and shadows.
They're pushing these games and these engines to its limit, and when they're doing that, they can't sustain like 30 FPS. Remember, a lot of these games are being put on newer engines, and like the only thing I hate when people do is like, oh, look at Red Dead and look at Assassin's Creed. It's like those two games are outliers. Like those two games are hard to run games. That's why you don't get like high FPS, even on PC. Like you see those games struggle on PC on high end hardware.
Unreal Engine, right?
I can tell you the main reason.
That Unreal Engine demo that had AK textures,
right?
Had freaking the freaking global illumination lighting and stuff like that. That's why it was at 1440 at 30 frames per second because they're trying to push the hell out of that.
But it still looks good. Like just like texture quality, all of that shit still looks good. Like that photogrammetry trait global.
Check this out though, Corey. This is the main reason why.
You said Corey.
Developers, Curry. Whatever, I don't know. Death Grip.
It's all good, bro.
I mean, I like Death Grip. But seriously though, with all the games that's selling, the single player games, we're gonna talk about them because most of the shooters is like 60, right?
Yeah.
So the single player, third person action games are getting praise and getting sales, and the fidelity that they bring in is selling, like what they bringing to the table. So you think these developers gonna aim for 60 frames per second when the game probably won't sell well because people gonna probably like it look like shit. Like
no, but it's not gonna look like shit at 60 frames. And I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Resident Evil Remake 2 and Resident Evil Remake 3 on my PlayStation 4 Pro, they both run at 60.
Remake.
Right? No, they don't. No, but it's not. But it's a complete build from the ground up on the new RE engine.
Yeah,
and
those games,
this is not a
games are not hard to run.
Those games already
run
know
at 60. Hold on. Those games run at 60 on the consoles, and them shits look amazing.
Is our
That
RE
RE engine is
hard to run
targeting 60
engine?
frame seconds.
The
though.
point
It's
still
targeting higher
stands
frame rates.
that the primary consumer looking at graphics, they don't even know what a frame rate is. That's my
Yeah,
point.
that's true. That's true. That's
And
true.
I've never heard
I wasn't
guys
saying
who complained about Horizon Zero Dawn and all these PS4 exclusives running at 30. Who really?
Nobody.
Matter of fact, hey, Bond, how many times did you heard, Bond, that Horizon Zero Dawn ran at a smooth 30?
I hear console fanboys talk about smooth 30 all the time, and I make fun of them and say that's like an attractive, sloppy fat woman. It's an oxymoron.
Well, shit.
I agree with everything except
Killzone
the sloppy
Shadowfall
fat
ran
woman.
at a lock 30, and it was smooth. Like I was okay with it. You know what I mean?
Like I said, when I saying a smooth 30 is like saying this fat chick is hot.
I can't play shooters at like 30 frames per second. I don't get how that works.
Shooters have to be
at a certain frame rate.
Yeah.
And it's,
Like
it's
Destiny
running.
2, I can't play Destiny 2.
Killzone
It runs horrible on console.
But
Yeah, it does. Like
That shit
Like,
runs
I-
like trash.
Like
Go ahead,
I play it on consoles, but compared to the gunplay of like Call of Duty, where that's 60, and it's like I mean, like you see like a difference from like the main campaign, the main campaign game to the multiplayer game visually, but how it feels is kind of like the same. It's still 60 frames, so it's just like I mean, more games can definitely do that, and I mean if they're gonna be utilizing photogrammetry and all of that bullshit, like then the games are gonna look good. Just make sure the frames are there. Like 30 frames should not be fucking
Exists
standard,
unless
bruh.
it's a turn-based RPG.
All right.
Yeah,
so-
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like
Let's get on a final take and we can get out of here. But
Hold on, one more thing real quick. What do y'all think? I didn't watch the video, but apparently Digital Foundry said that it's okay if games next generation games are at 30.
yeah, that film
I don't like
shit. I haven't watched the video
Yeah,
yet.
I watched the video, but they were just explaining why games will still be at 30 frames, and they just gave like relevant reasons why. Game
Ray tracing
engines,
and stuff like that.
Like Spider-Man, technically the engine that Spider-Man is running is a PlayStation 4 engine built for like on PS4 last
Oh,
gen.
shit.
Spider-Man is targeting 30 frames per second.
shit.
So it what?
Y'all stupid. Yeah.
No, because what you saying is they're gonna be using a lot of last gen engines on this.
He gave like and then the
Nah, I'm
fact
saying
that
all
they're gonna
together,
be
like-
targeting like ray tracing and all this other stuff and blah blah blah. It was just like bullshit. I mean, it sounds good coming from them because they speak well, but it was bullshit. But I'll say this: being that games are going to be $70 for next generation.
Oh, that's an even bigger thing. You all paying $70 for 30? Woo!
Yeah, I already said that, Bond. I said that I'm taking that out. Right?
Yeah.
Y'all can make fun of me. For
My
that.
thing is, if
That's fine.
your game ain't 60, you can't charge 70. That's gonna be my rule.
No, you can't charge
to be $1
$70.
a frame.
You can't charge $70 unless yours is $120.
Hey,
Your game should have been $60.
$1 a frame.
shit, they said that y'all saw the reports that Xbox is reportedly telling developers next gen upgrades should be free.
yeah.
Let's go.
Right, y'all saw that?
Yeah,
So
I
that was the
agree.
last topic. Things. The thing is, and
Oh,
we
my
don't,
bad.
and we don't have. No, it's all good because we don't have to.
But they
spend all
can't
day.
force developers though.
Yeah, we're not
That's
gonna.
the
Spend,
thing.
Yeah, of course.
We're not gonna spend all day on it. But the thing is, one thing I don't like with the headlines, they're presenting it as
That's a
bad.
negative.
They're presenting it as Microsoft is like you see different headlines. Say Microsoft reportedly against publishers from charging Xbox Series X upgrades, which is fine. Xbox telling developers not to charge this. The way that they're phrasing it is they're making it seem like Xbox is telling devs not to do this or not do that, and then people are taking it the wrong way. I had people arguing or go in the comments, see Xbox on their bullshit again. I'm like, what the fuck you mean?
You didn't even read the article.
Like-
Look at the
Yeah,
headline.
dudes are retarded, bro. Like,
No, but you know what's funny? That's crazy that they do it. That's corporate slavery. What the hell? Like, you finally got a
Hold
company.
on, who's mad about it?
No,
Yo,
the people on Twitter.
Yeah, they get mad about
Yeah,
it.
for
They
real?
upset.
Was it a lot of people or just a few that y'all saw?
No,
Bro,
just whatever I
no,
saw.
It wasn't a lot, but
Like I can't say no, it's just the fact is because they're responding to the headline and they're not they're not calibrating
Yeah,
it.
well,
that-
that's most people in general.
yeah. So, but the thing is that this is I mean it's cool. It's one of the Microsoft pro consumer moves. that they've been doing, and they're leaving the verdict out on these upgrades to be up to the publisher. Sure, they prefer you not to charge, but there's a system in place for you to sell your games or sell your upgrades or whatever. They just recommend that it's free, and not every publisher. 2K is not doing it. They said, hey, all right, you want this damn upgrade? Buy our $100 version of the game.
Yeah,
the upgrade. So I guess the only slight thing that I guess I don't type mine is that I could double up on achievements. But I'm not.
Were they using somebody's death as a way to like market that with the whole like the smart delivery shit? Mm-hmm. They like, yeah, buy the Mamba Forever Joan 100 or something, and then this is the only way that you could get the smart delivery shit, and you're just sitting there like, what the fuck? Like that should have been the standard, like not the 120, but like that should have been like the $60 version, and you just give that shit, bro. Like these people, like these companies, like it's either they're gonna get on board or they're gonna be selling shit just like 2K and GTA 5 sold across like 3 generations. Like they just going to keep getting people to buy. And it's just like, we know how gamers are. Like they just going to keep buying the same fucking game over again with the minimal of upgrades. They're going to be like, shit, I need to buy 2K again. And then I need to buy 2K again. And then I'm going to get 2K again. And it's just like, bro, you about to buy this bitch that many times, bro?
Yeah. Shout out to Nick Banks. He had to step out. We about to get out of here in a minute anyway.
Yeah.
Chris, you got any comments on the move that Xbox is trying to encourage devs not to charge?
No, I think that's great. I mean, they shouldn't. You know what I mean? But unfortunately, Microsoft, they can't mandate these third-party devs.
Yeah, they can only advise.
Yeah, they can only advise. But if the third-party devs want to do that, if 2K wants to do that, if EA wants to do that, or whoever, then I mean, Microsoft can't tell them no, because then they'll be like, okay, we're just not going to put our next generation version of our games on your platform. Microsoft is not going to do that.
Yeah, but that should also make like the consumer just kind of like not get the shit. But we know how consumers are. Like they wanna get everything and be involved.
Yeah, like somebody
in shit,
like somebody told me the Mamba version of NBA 2K21, like the $100 version. That's just gonna be like 70% of the sales, because that's how a lot of those fans buy them shits like that. So
put all the good shit inside the higher edition of the game just to sell it. You get the upgrade, you get VC, My Team packs, all that.
They're gonna eat that shit up.
Oh yeah,
2K fans that's gonna be most of the sales is that $100 version. So as long as people continue to buy it, as long as these casuals are still like oblivious and they don't really care and they continue to support the game and give them a lot of money and stuff like that, they're gonna keep doing that unless we get like a lot of people to just like boycott the games and stuff like that. It's just gonna keep happening.
Not gonna do. These people are sheep.
This is like the practices should be more of like the determining factor. Shit is just like they're obviously scamming you to pay double, triple, and it's just like you shouldn't have to fucking do that. Like it's like shit, if you already bought the game, then
I agree with Microsoft. I think if there's any cross-generation games, right, we know they're not true next-gen games because they're also being made on current-gen. They shouldn't be charging no next-gen upgrade when all it is going to be a res and potentially frame rate bump. You know what I mean?
Shit is nothing fundamentally being changed. So it's just like, it's just the minimum what you see. Like
even though 2K say, oh, we're building on a brand new engine, the ground up for the next. I don't believe that. I don't believe that one bit.
Hey.
But hey, man, we got some cool stuff coming. Xbox July event. What is that? 2 weeks
waiting
from now,
patiently.
Right?
Yeah, 2 weeks.
2 weeks. We got Ghost of Tsushima dropping next week.
Yeah, you can't mention that game here, and Smooth don't like it when you mention that game.
Oh yeah, if anybody watches The Boys season 2 is coming out September.
Oh yeah, in September.
They dropped a new trailer for that today. New trailer for that TV show today. If anybody watches that, so
they delayed, because I remember they said they're going to drop it in summer, but obviously they delayed it.
Yeah, they delayed it. Yeah, they delayed the show. It's coming out September now. So yeah, a lot of content.
I guess that's all the topics.
Good content.
I guess that's all the topics, unless y'all want me to briefly mention this whole Elden Ring leak.
No, we already talked about that a little bit. Like, I thought Smooth was ending the show. Like,
I don't know what Smooth is doing.
Smooth?
But anyway, this multiplayer, right? It's Elden Ring from Software, the Dark Souls. I was gonna make a video on this, but they're saying
J.R. Martin Jones.
Yeah,
collaboration.
George R. R. Martin.
Yeah.
Yeah, so from the these are highlights from the leaks. It says it's gonna have 5 main bosses in charge of their own kingdom. It's gonna be no classes, but you're gonna be able to fully customize your character and your play style. So it's just like all the other Dark Souls games, because all the other Dark Souls games, they give you a starting class, but then you can just allocate the points to whatever play style you want. So it's pretty much like no classes.
Yeah,
it's gonna have
you'll be able to jump.
Yeah, it's day and night cycle, because it's gonna be a full open world game, and you can go wherever you want from the beginning in any order. Like you can take on the kingdoms in any order. There's not a particular path.
No,
so it's gonna be a full open world game, and it's gonna have jumping like Sekiro.
Yeah, like Sekiro. So did they speak on like a stamina bar? Should or like
most likely
counter
will. It's a From Software game. They say the gameplay is more like, it's just like a next step up from Souls. It's gonna be like gonna be like Dark Souls, but you know, obviously it's gonna be its own thing. So
another Souls like game that's coming out as well. I forgot the name of it. It looked pretty
Mortal Shell.
Yeah, Mortal Shell.
Yeah,
Mortal Shell looks fire, bro.
well.
Yeah, there was a PC beta for it.
George needs to finish the Game of Thrones books. That man's fucking around too much, man.
He gonna die before he finish.
Like, holy fuck!
Yeah,
you got two more books to drop.
Guys.
Like, damn.
Yeah.
I was hoping
hear
that
me?
this game might have multiplayer, like co-op or PvP, like all the other Dark Souls games, but it's
It
looking like
might.
it's not. But we still got.
Did they say that?
Can you guys
No,
hear
they
me?
didn't say that, but yeah, we can hear you.
Nah,
But
I
we
gotta
have Demon
go,
Souls
bro.
coming out, so yeah, we're just waiting on you.
Nah, these fucking crack monkeys done shot up the fucking place. I gotta go, bro.
Oh, you good,
all
bro?
right, bro? You
Fuck, I'm scared as shit. I'm getting out. I gotta go though.
should be safe. Yeah, should get up out of here, bro.
All right, man. I'm out. I'm like, we'll talk
Alright,
to you
just
guys
end the
this week,
stream.
man.
Just end the
We
stream.
out, man.